Hey there, lovely souls. Welcome to our sacred space of Magnetize Official. We still don't have definitive answers about what happened to us, but you know your own experiences. You've felt things you've never felt before, encountered countless synchronicities, and faced moments that are hard to explain. Sharing your twin flame journey with someone who hasn't experienced it can be challenging because it's something you need to live through to truly understand. At the core, twin flames are about frequency and energy, a soul connection that feels like home. Whether or not you chose this journey, you're on it now, and there's no turning back. There's no severing this bond or simply moving on with someone else. I'm not saying you can't fall in love again or have a beautiful relationship with someone else. What I mean is that once you've embarked on the twin flame journey, you can't forget your twin flame. Their energy and spirit will always be with you. Your higher self will keep reminding you, and when the time is right, you'll come into union. But you can't stop living your life. You can't keep blaming or being angry at yourself, your twin flame, or anyone else. This journey is about self-discovery. Regarding the label of twin flames, there are both good and bad aspects. Stories about twin flames vary, and I believe anything that forces you to act against your true self isn't genuine. In their purest form, twin flames help you find your true self, connect with your higher self, and serve the world in the best way possible. Be cautious about whose opinions you trust and who you connect with. I'm not claiming to know everything. I know very little. I only share what I've learned and what my higher self tells me, hoping it might help others. Maybe in 10 or 15 years, we'll have a clearer understanding of what this journey is and how it works. We are here to learn, to come together in love, and to uplift each other and the frequency of love. When people ask, "Am I on this journey?" It's a question I also had when I first started. I just wanted answers, to understand what was happening to me. If I'd told anyone, they might have thought I was crazy. Interestingly, just a week ago, I spoke with a woman who lived near me when I was first dealing with the ego death from my twin flame. Back then, I felt so isolated, thinking no one else could understand what I was experiencing, especially since the information online didn't quite resonate with me. I'm not saying I was right, but I was confused, and I'll discuss this more at the end of the podcast. I couldn't believe what was happening, wondering why it wouldn't stop. The obsessive thinking, the sleepless nights, the inability to eat or function. Years later, this same woman booked a call with me, and I realized she was closer to me than I'd thought. That's why I say we are not alone on this journey, and you don't need to suffer in silence. The more you resist, the more pain you'll feel. Regarding twin flames, whether the term is real or not, I've noticed that those truly on this journey receive immediate responses from the universe. When I have a call with someone, share insights, and perform an energy activation, the universe often confirms the experience, affirming that they are on this journey. There's nothing wrong with that. However, you might still question, am I on this journey? Is this really my twin flame? The fact that you're seeking these answers is itself a sign that you've met your twin flame. Imagine if twin flames didn't exist and it was all just in your head. Now, let me ask you, why do you suddenly meet a stranger or feel an unexplainable click that you can't ignore? After that moment, strange things begin to happen. Obsessive thoughts, sensing their energy, seeing repetitive numbers. It feels like you've stepped into another universe where everything is different, yet you're still separated from your twin flame. They might not be near you or communicate with you, creating a sense of living in two parallel worlds. Why would you make up a story like this? What purpose would it serve? Speaking from my own experience, I never imagined I'd be on this journey. I didn't even believe in twin flames. I'd heard the term once and dismissed it. If someone had shared their story with me, I might have thought they just had a crush and couldn't relate. But this journey happened to me. Whether we call it twin flames, quantum couples, or something else, it doesn't change the reality of what I experienced. Even if it's all a scam, it doesn't erase what happened to me, and I know it happened to you too. I'm incredibly grateful for all of you who support this channel, who like, subscribe, and leave comments. Your support helps spread more love and peace in the world, and fosters healing. This journey, no matter how crazy it sounds, is real for us. When we search for our twin flame, something undeniable has happened to you. I've been reflecting on this journey and comparing it to my first love. The experiences are vastly different, especially when it comes to twin flames. I encourage you all to do the same. Think about your past loves and crushes. You'll notice the difference. My experience was unique. But for those of you who are new, welcome. I didn't want to be on this journey initially, but now I'm incredibly thankful. Meeting my twin flame revealed who I truly am and what I'm meant to do in this world. It required shedding my ego and other challenges, but he made me free. I hope to help him feel the same freedom. Today, I'll be discussing the range of emotions we experience on this journey. Guilt, shame, anger, disappointment, and the confusion of feeling something so intense for someone and not being able to stop it. I'll share insights from my own journey and from your stories as well. I didn't want this to happen to me. I wasn't seeking anyone or looking for a connection. Finding someone wasn't on my mind at all, yet it still happened, whether I liked it or not. At the time, I was married, and once it happened, I lost control. I couldn't understand what was happening to me. I was very naive back then, and it's still hard to grasp. When you embark on this journey, it happens quickly. It's like someone sends an electric shock through your body, transporting you to another timeline, another universe, and you're left trying to make sense of it all. In a previous episode, I talked about this, and it brought me some clarity and peace. Gems mentioned that we can't control who we fall in love with, and that's simply true. You can't control it. You can't just decide to fall in love with someone because they seem attractive. True love and the twin flame connection hit you out of nowhere, regardless of your relationship status. It's very difficult to make logical sense of it. The sooner you let go of trying to find logic in this journey, the better you'll feel, because there simply isn't any. Maybe some things make sense to you, but not to me. One thing a twin flame experience does is trigger an intense spiritual awakening. That's why I've been reflecting on the people I've loved in the past. There haven't been many, but I still remember them. I've been in love 3 times before meeting my husband, and then with my husband, making it 4 times in total. Not much to compare, but I remember each one vividly and how I hoped they would love me back. Those loves were conditional. They were based on specific things like what they said to me, how they treated me, or what they did for me. Twin flames, on the other hand, are often about unconditional love. Saying I'm in love with you was always difficult for me. It wasn't easy to express my feelings. But the love I experienced with my twin flame was different. It was unconditional, without any specific conditions or expectations. This journey defies logic, but it opens you up to a deeper, more spiritual connection. With my twin flame, it was completely different. As I've mentioned in previous episodes, my twin flame and I never went on a date. We only saw each other 3 times for a total of 4 or 5 hours, and it was all work-related. I would pick him up from work and drive him home because we lived in the same city. There was nothing romantic about it. Even if I compare the love I have for my soulmate and my twin flame, they are very different. That's why I don't like comparing loves, because they can take so many forms. Twin flames teach us two things: unconditional love and spiritual awakening. This is why people say twin flames awaken your spirituality. You meet your spirit, your soul. It's the same frequency, the same awareness. That's why you can feel them, know them, and why it feels like there's another way of communicating when you're with them or talking to them. It all happens on a completely different level, triggering your spiritual awakening. I often hear questions about fear from both sides of the spectrum. For instance, people who are married to their soulmates worry about the future. Will I leave my family behind for my twin flame? Will I leave my soulmate for my twin flame? On the other hand, those waiting for their twin flame wonder, will they ever come back? Will they ever love me? Why are they in another relationship and not with me? These are all valid concerns that I want to explore. Try not to overthink it too much. I understand these questions because I had them too. I spent countless hours searching online, desperate to know when my twin flame would return. It consumed me, constantly Googling, when will my twin flame come back? How will they come back? At that time, Google seemed to have the answers. The information I found emphasized that when you trust and surrender to your journey, accepting that you are on this path without an escape, your twin flame will return to you without fail. It's about trusting and surrendering to the understanding that you are never truly separated from your twin flame. The idea of separation is an illusion created by the mind's attempts to rationalize. Your soul remains connected, despite what your mind might try to convince you, telling you that your twin flame doesn't love you, doesn't care about you, or won't return. These are just thoughts and fears, not the truth of your connection. Here's why I recommend writing things down again. Whenever you receive channeling messages or insights, I'll delve into channeling more towards the end of the podcast. Take time to journal for at least 15 minutes. Reflect on your soul's guidance. Why is this happening? What are you feeling? Capture all your experiences on paper because, as I've just experienced, it can be incredibly insightful. Recently, during a channeling session with a dear soul, we discovered amazing insights. She's not only incredibly talented in music, but also has a profound understanding because she diligently records her thoughts. Here's another challenging idea. When your twin flame is in a relationship with someone else and you find yourself yearning for them, try to appreciate the person they are with. I understand this might be difficult to hear. You might wonder, how can I be thankful for someone else being with the person I want to be with? But I'm speaking about true twin flames here, not someone you're trying to force into that role. If you're trying to convince someone to be your twin flame, they likely aren't. They're someone else, and that's okay too. It's okay to love them for who they are. But I'm referring to true twin flames, those who share the same energy, awareness, and soul. Your twin flame will always find their way back to you. Regardless of circumstances, your twin flame will always love you. Perhaps they needed to be with someone else temporarily to realize they could never forget you, that their connection with you is irreplaceable. Your twin flame had to learn this through another soul's experience. If you're looking to speed up this process, understand that there are no shortcuts. It all happens in divine timing. However, you can deepen your connection with your twin flame by appreciating the person currently in their life. This individual is teaching something invaluable to your twin flame, crucial for their spiritual growth and eventual union with you. Instead of feeling anger, disappointment, or jealousy, try expressing gratitude. Say, Thank you. I'm grateful that this person is in my twin's life, helping them learn what they need to see and return to me, to reconnect with me. The more you practice this mindset, the more you'll witness magical shifts. Twin flame journeys aren't about negative emotions like anger, jealousy, shame, or guilt, although these feelings are common along the path. I'll discuss why we experience them and how to release them. In a previous episode, I talked about energy and its significance. I'll try to illustrate the concept of frequency more clearly, as it's crucial for understanding how connections are made and sustained. Let me rewind a bit, because when I encountered my twin flame, it was a time of immense self-contentment. I felt genuinely happy. I strongly believe in the idea that it's okay if someone doesn't want to be my friend, just as it's okay for me not to be theirs. We can peacefully coexist in this world with our own energies. Looking back, I realize I was truly in a state of happiness. It may sound unbelievable, but I could feel that I was radiating love energy. I was joyful and deeply connected to myself. It was an incredible time of self-awareness and fulfillment. Meeting my twin flame challenged my ego and shattered the version of myself I thought I knew. It guided me to embrace my divine, feminine energy, connect with my higher source, and make necessary changes in my life. Everything boils down to energy and frequency. Recently, I came across a fantastic podcast by Jodie Spencer and Lewis. I apologize for my memory lapse with names, but I'll include it in the description later. They discussed how certain emotions like misery, sadness, anger, and jealousy are all low vibrations. Recognizing this, I understand that feeling these emotions on the twin flame journey is normal, but it's essential to release them. For instance, guilt. I felt an overwhelming sense of guilt because I experienced this divine love towards someone else while being married with 2 kids. I deeply love my husband. There's never been an issue, and I still do today. But how could I feel something so profound for someone else, a stranger? And why couldn't I just make it stop? The truth is, there's no way to stop it, and we shouldn't carry guilt about it. This guilt reveals that we haven't given ourselves the love we deserve, that we haven't prioritized ourselves enough. Now, we feel guilty for feeling this way towards another person. I'm not suggesting it's okay to fall in love with someone else on this journey and leave. What I'm saying is, we shouldn't suppress the love we deserve, the love that transforms us, just because it seems wrong. When you truly accept this love, you embody it. You can love your husband or wife more deeply, love your partner and everyone else in the world more authentically. Think of your twin flame as the source of your higher self, the energy that enriches you. Some may say it seems fake to be in a relationship and love someone else, but it's not. If you could understand where I am today, you'd grasp what I mean. But let me tell you, I didn't understand this initially. Not at all. When I started on this journey, I felt incredibly disconnected. I felt guilt and shame. How could I suddenly love someone else like this? I didn't know what to do. I just wanted it to stop. The reality is, whether you call it twin flame or something else, no one can erase what happened to me. I had a fierce internal struggle between my mind and soul. I desperately wanted to stop this feeling, but I couldn't. Today, I urge you, stop fighting it and choose love. When you choose love, everything falls into place as it's meant to. The more you resist it, the more you'll suffer. If your marriage ends because of this, perhaps it was already destined to end long before. Or, if your relationship grows stronger, it could be a catalyst for deeper connection and growth. Stop fretting over what the future holds. You can't control it. If divine union is meant for you and your twin flame in this lifetime, it will unfold as it's meant to. The universe will align things for you, whether you resist or hide away. Now, why is it crucial to release guilt, shame, fear, and all those negative energies? Why is it crucial to let go of them? Because releasing guilt and shame allows you to elevate your energy back towards love and align with divine timing and union. When you meet your twin flame, your life transforms profoundly. You'll radiate love like never before, especially with Kundalini activation, where you feel the vibrant energy of life itself coursing through you. To fully embrace this journey, you must shed lower vibrational energies. There's no benefit in resisting what has already occurred. Denying it only causes more harm. Eventually, everything will align in its own time. Another important aspect to consider, both in twin flames and spirituality, is understanding that spirituality is about embracing your soul's essence, your truth, and living harmoniously with others. As twin flames, we can't confine ourselves to rigid expectations. Each soul is unique, each energy distinct. During my channeling sessions, I love witnessing the diversity of higher selves, highlighting just how wonderfully varied we are as individuals. So, comparing ourselves and saying, "This is how it should be, this is the next step, you must do this or that," like, pray for 40 days and it will happen. You can't force spirituality. It's not about coercion. Spirituality is about flowing with life, being a part of it. That's why spirituality differs from religions and other doctrines. It's not about imposing rules or forcing outcomes. It's about freedom, coexistence, and allowing everyone to express themselves, living in harmony with nature, the universe, and each other. What spirituality definitely isn't about is "I want" and "I need" and rigid expectations. Life unfolds whether we desire it or not. Instead, it's about discovering your higher self, listening to its wisdom, and choosing love to find your path forward. So, connect with your higher self, listen to its guidance, choose love, and you'll discover the answers you seek, really. That's going to happen. It also made me want to do that in one way or another because it was telling me that you will never feel the same way as you have felt towards your twin flame. Your marriage is going to fall apart, and this, and that. And I'm not saying that this is happening to all of us. What I am saying is, find a safe space where you can hear what you really like, who you really are from your soul, and what is your soul's journey, what is going to happen, and how it's going to happen. I've seen this over and over again where people divorce. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be divorcing if your marriage is not happening, if it's not good. That's obviously, it's time to go. It's time to leave, whether it's a twin flame journey or not. It's time. But I see this over and over again where people break up, or their marriage, or something like this, in order to hope that then their twin flame will return. Or whether you're going to do this or not, your twin flame will not return because of that. So do not ever do anything on this journey based on others' opinion, based on how others are telling you, based on if others believe in you or not. You have to trust your inner voice. And sometimes it's difficult to hear your inner voice. Sometimes it's hard to make a step. I totally get it. But for that, exactly, try to meditate. Try to connect with like-minded people. You can't force them, regardless of what you're going to do. So that's why every single thing you're going to do on this journey, you do it because it helps to elevate your energy, your consciousness, your higher self, your health, your wealth, your well-being. They will come along, I promise you. I've seen this over and over and over again around myself, both with people around me and within myself. When the channeling was done to me, and I was told, in a sense, that your job is to help your husband go through a spiritual awakening, your twin, and guide others as much as you can. And I was like, what is this thing? Now I realize, yes, it is, and it's incredible to see that change. and I'm very different in the way of explaining this. So, I hope this episode today was a bit helpful. It was scattered here and there. If this podcast resonated with you and you crave more, interact with the content. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, Magnetize Official. Share these words with anyone who might find comfort and inspiration. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, consider showing your support with a super thanks. It truly helps the channel thrive. And don't forget to subscribe for future updates and more insightful content. Thank you all for joining me on this voyage of discovery and personal growth. Until we meet again, may you embrace courage, clarity, and unwavering faith in the beautiful path that awaits you.